Welcome back to StoneBlock, guys. So I have a episode for you today. I'm gonna learn a little bit more about the Create mod. So all I knew about Create was pretty much how to do the basics, such as the fans, the mill, the press, which wasn't really too hard. This thingy, which yeah. This, oh, and by the way, I actually have a system now where I can get crushed deep slate pretty easily. And then I looked up how to do this. Granted, not my design, but I did learn how to do it. So, and this is pretty much the extent of my Create knowledge. Today, I want to get into something a little bit more, I guess you could say, technical. Um, Fluid tanks. And pretty much using them to create stress units to help make some projects a little bit easier. Now, I'm going to set it up probably. Oh, yeah, and I also got this thing up to Nitro. It is wicked quick now. If I had something to show you guys to test, which I don't. Oh, well. Alright, so I'm thinking about setting it up something like right here. Because it doesn't need to be anything pretty for right now. But I really want to get refined storage started. Now, everything I need for refined storage requires pretty much these little processors, and you need Create to do it. I already have a majority of everything else that I need, so once we get into the Create mod, everything else should come relatively easy. So I'm going to figure this out with you guys on camera. Uh, this isn't from the Create mod, but this is to pretty much infinite water. I don't know why I grabbed this thing, to be honest. These are going to be for a later project. And then I need these. Because I'm going to need at least one of those. Okay. Oh, I also need the wrench. Alright. So, if we come over to here, I don't know if this is far enough back or not. I don't know enough about this mod. Alright, so I'm just going to hope that this is far enough back. Okay, I'm going to place this there. Okay, that becomes a full block. And then I place this here, I believe. Oh, I need 2 buckets. Well, a bucket. I should have a. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say I had a bucket, but I put it in the chest because it was in my way. Okay, this needs source blocks on both sides. And then we should be able to pipe that into. Do I need a wrench for this? Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. Oh, I should have that wrench. Let me find this wrench real quick. Okay. So with this wrench in hand, it should be as simple as just 1, 2, and boop. Ooh, it's working. It's actually building up stress units, I think. No, it's only filling up the water. Because I don't. Okay, like that. Oh, it is working. Okay, but that's facing the wrong way. Haha, I figured it out. I'm proud of myself. I need torch. Why are there so many torches right here? Holy moly. Okay. I feel pretty smart, guys. So now, if I remember correctly, you can, like, make these bigger. I just don't know, necessarily how much bigger. So, yeah. All right, so now what I want to do is set up a conveyor belt. We'll say right here. And then we want a 3 block gap. 1, 2, 3, right here. Okay. And then we need the belt. Well, actually, we pretty much need all of this. There are other blocks that I need that I already have crafted. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm probably gonna need one more belt. So let's actually real quick just I didn't mean to make that many, but okay. So we'll just make those, grab our deployers like so. And then we're gonna make the belt system go from there to there as well. Eh, eh. Okay. Eh, eh. Okay. Now I actually want to break this one because I want to put one up there. And then we can grab chain drives, I believe. Wait, are these not the right ones? Oh, did I just craft the wrong ones? Hmm. Hold on a minute. This doesn't have... Can I do... Hmm. Let's see something. Aha! I figured it out. So I could put these at the back and then run it up. So they're directional. That's not too bad. Now, ideally, I don't... Are they running the same? No, they are running opposite directions, which is a little bit annoying. But right now, it's better than nothing. So what I can do now is place these things like so. I actually do need a block right there. All right. And now what I want to do is grab this and these. So this thing will go here, this will go here. I believe this should work, I hope. Yeah. Okay. Now then, I need to actually make sure I build this right because I want to make this. So it goes small cogwheel, big cogwheel into iron, right? So what I need to do is get rid of these 3 blocks right here. Now my question is, can I give it all? I can. Oh wait, I think I already messed up though. Little cogwheel is the first. So you, and then you. And then I need a gold plate. Real quick, run over here. Why can't I make a gold plate? Oh, I'm using the wrong hammer, I think. There we go. Okay. Now I just run back over here and pop it in. All right. And I have to run it through this system like 5 times apparently just to get it. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a little bit. Okay, so I had to move this back by 2 blocks to get the rotational speed controller in, but now it actually is a lot cleaner than what it was originally. So I feel like I should have done this from the beginning. All right, so the reason I did this before I started making anything was because now I can do this. And as you can see, we can make it go quite fast. Okay, that's overstressed. Okay. 170 should honestly be just fine. So now I can finally make um these drives. So I need redstone to be the last one, binding to be the first. So it'll go binding, red silicone, and then redstone. And I'm just probably gonna make a crap ton of these drives. So alright. So we got redstone, silicone, binding. Alright. So we'll start with just the basic one. We'll go get we'll do like 64 of the iron. 64, 64. And yeah, so we'll throw the iron in, and as you can see, it just it's burning through the. Okay, maybe I do like the create mod. This is rapid. At first, I was just like, oh man, I really have to use create just to get into refined storage. This is so stupid. But that's that's actually pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. Now we could further this by putting like a furnace here and then deposit it right into the chest. Wow, that made 64 of them already. Let us real quick grab this, and we can pretty much just dump all this in there. Not that. Pretty much all this junk we don't need right now. All right, so let's go grab another set of binding silicon. I'm gonna have to smelt more silicone. Um, so let's do redstone, quartz. Okay, sure. We'll just, okay, so it goes binding, silicone, redstone. Now, for right now, I'm only gonna make probably like 32 of each. Just because I don't think I actually need a crazy amount of these. Man, that's crazy. Oh, and this thing is next to automated, by the way. Random thing. So all I have to do is just put deep slate into one chest, and it literally just runs by itself. Okay. I'm gonna get these things smelted up. And that's crazy how quick that is. So let me get these all smelted up and I'll bring you guys back. All right, so with these things crafted up, what I'm gonna do is pretty much hang out in here because I'm gonna be going through a lot of quartz and iron for a little bit. So we want a thingy-mabobber. So to make a controller, we need enriched iron. We're gonna need quartz enriched iron. And we're gonna need a bit of, let's see, where do I have it? I have it somewhere around, I'm not gonna lie. I should have it somewhere around. Come on, I prepped all this. Is this it? No, that's the tier 1. When you prep for no reason. Oh wait, you know what? It's right over here. Isn't it? The one piece of andesite that I have? No? Okay. I lost my andesite. I lost my andesite, guys. Okay, so I'm stupid. It could have been regular stone as well. Alright, so we want something like this. Now, quartz enriched iron is a pretty simple recipe. Oh, it was the other way around. That's not a big deal. So 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, 1. Alright, let's just make a crap ton of you. There we go. Okay, so we need a controller. We need this guy. So back to the controller. There's one controller. Next, we're going to need one of you. We need a chest. Which I found my piece of andesite. Which I don't guess I have over here. Man, I can't wait to have this storage system set up. There we go. Okay, so disk drive, yes. Oh, that's already powered up. Nice. Okay, grid. So crafting these are not going to be complicated. So I need... We'll just take a stack of this for now. And then come over here. This one uses quartz. All right. Grid. So we'll craft up one of you. Back into here. Craft up one of you. Beautiful. I'm going to need a regular crafting table because I'm stupid. Well, not a regular crafting table. I'm going to need this crafting table. Okay, so we go grid. I need glass. Well, first, let's just make up like a few of these, cause okay, glass. I should have glass somewhere. I should have glass. I should. I hope. Where's all my glass? There it is. Okay, crafting grid. I mean, regular grid. Check. All right, let's actually go in here. Oh, I need to make a storage. We'll just make a quick 1K, I guess. Just to get the achievement before I craft that. Okay, so we'll just real quick throw in that. Come back into here. Boom, bang. I need more redstone. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go. I didn't want to like craft this thing into the crafting grid just in case. Okay, so now, so we got that controller, we got the M drive, we got the, now we want to turn this into that. Okay. And believe it or not, that's the whole system. Um, so what I would recommend is put this, I'm going to just throw it down for now because I actually don't care. Sure. And then we can just throw the 1K drive in there. Boom. And believe it or not, that's genuinely the complicated part of it. So what I'm going to do now is actually go back into power. And I'm going to show you why I love power. So we're going to craft one of these. This is a pretty simple recipe. So we just need, what is it? A tiny dielectric casing. So one tiny, a dielectric casing, and an ender pearl, which we have plenty of. And we're just going to pop this thing over here. So 1, 2, 3, very quickly. 1, 2. Let me take those back. This is supposed to be a blade. Ender eye. All right, so I can make mistakes too. All right, now I can do that. Poop. Okay, now I should have everything I need to make this. That's 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 obsidian, which is pretty easy to get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and boom, bang. I don't know why the wires don't like hop, like just jump right in. So now what I can do is put that in there. And this thing will always have power now. As long as my reactor has power. Because it's linked to this system. Okay. So I'm going to spend some time. I'm going to make a bunch of drives. I'm probably going to go up for the 64s just because I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm going to do that for a while, and then I'll bring you guys back when I finally get rid of this chest monster. Okay, so I actually crafted up 2 items. Uh, External storage and cables. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the cabling over to the controller. So we just go like so. Go into here, priority plus 10. The priority part doesn't matter. You just want it to be stronger than 0. That way, this doesn't completely drain those, but they all show up in here. So now I have access to all my chickens from inside our crafter. And as you can see, it didn't even touch our 64K. So that's actually pretty huge. I'm going to do the same thing to this one, I think. Then again, there's really nothing in here I use. But it'd be nice to have it linked to the cobblestone, the gravel and stuff, I guess. So now, what we get to do is go through the beauty of putting all this stuff in here for now. Except for that. Okay, I want all this to come out. Because everything's going into refined storage. And I mean everything. Except for these cards. What I'm gonna probably do is set up like item frames or something for these cards, because I actually don't want them to go into the system. But it's nice knowing that I can finally get rid of like this chest mess. Oh yeah. And as you can see, I've already filled up the 1K drive. Okay. But it's fine. I'm not really too fussed about it. I plan on making a bunch of 64s. Like, I'm probably going to load up this whole thing with 64K drives. Because for the most part, they're not hard to make. Like, it's just going to be a lot of basic processors. and then improve processors. So like I can easily make quite a few of these. So I'm gonna finish this system up. I'll bring you guys back. I just claimed my rewards, and in my opinion, that I just got the best item. That's actually amazing too. I don't care about that. That's amazing. Isn't that? Oh no, I guess I don't. Okay. So this talisman, for those that don't know, where do I equip it again? Belt. This will actually start healing all my items. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys that. Yeah, I swear those loot bees are broken. It just gave me 2 nitro batteries. So for those of you that don't know what nitro batteries do, you just throw them into these. And now this is going to store up to 4 billion FE, which is pretty much the power units. That is ridiculous. Okay, I just wanted to show you. Alright, so I've officially moved over all my items except for this one card into here. And I haven't even used that 64K drive yet. Um, but as you can see now, I can pretty much craft from here whenever I need to, but that's not really where I want to end it. So what I want to do is actually get wireless crafting going, which requires a little bit more work. So we need to craft up one more. Uh, wireless grid. Hold on. I don't like how they do all the colors because it's kind of annoying. Okay, so I need another one of those. So now we should be able to just... I swear these things are so annoying. Okay, so grid. Craft that. Craft this guy. Ooh. And pretty much now I can like store items on the go. But that's the wrong one, of course. Of course it is. Why would I ever craft the right one? So now I need one of you. We'll just throw 2 in there. Craft you up. Throw you in there. Craft you up. Throw you in there. And no. Wireless crafting grid. And that's the one that I actually wanted. And boom. So now I have crafting on the go, which is pretty good. And I can always just pull items. So like, let's say I just need a sword. I could just be like, all right, cool, bet, let's go. So the benefits of having a wireless crafting grid. However, this thing only says it can go up to 48 blocks away. There used to be a way to make this a lot larger of, oh, right here. So I'm gonna craft up one of these because this is what I actually want. So we take 3 of those back, throw them in there. And I might be able to craft this just like so. Yeah. Now, the only thing is, I want to show you guys the main reason why you should never actually use this. So you see right here, we're using 20 FE per tick. I throw this in, and that jumps up to 4,020. Granted, I can easily support that, but that is a lot of power. See, this thing can... Uh, ooh, I forgot to turn that on to auto. I cannot support that. We need to go get let's grab a hammer. Hey, now I can show you guys the auto collecting. So let me go into here, not here. Let's jump on down here. Now, there are ways to actually automate deep slate. I'm just not that worried about it right now. So we come down here and we just break. Eventually, I will actually automate deep slate. It's really not hard at all. So all I have to do is now just come over to here, drop that in, and it links right up to the crusher upstairs. Now, technically speaking, I could easily just go. I could easily just go into. Ooh, thank you. Thank you. I don't need either of you. Now, we could just do crush deep slate. Where are you, my friend? And go into how to get it, which is through hammering. But now if we go into regular deep slate, which is right here, we can go to this. Now, this is probably the easiest way to get it. You have a magma block underneath of it, blah, blah, blah. So packed ice takes a little bit more effort to make. So we're going to make one of these. It shouldn't be too complicated. And I'll show you guys how to get packed ice. At least one way you can get packed ice. Okay, so to get ice, the easiest way I know about it is going through the freezer. So you can craft up a few of these. Come over to here, make one of these. Everything here is actually pretty simple to make. It's actually kind of funny. And then it just needs a power source. So we can just, we'll just plop it right here. Okay. And we need another bucket. And put that in there. Let's make a few of them. And then we can grab this. And pretty much now we just wait for it to turn into, there's ice. Now we just need to turn it into packed ice. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys something. So if we come over to here, right, and we drop you in there. Now, granted, we only need that one, but if we come over to here, you can ditch this and throw this in there, and it actually works better. Our problem is right now we're running low on that item. So we need pipe. We want this. And then we need, I believe, our hammer. A diamond one should be good enough. Okay. So it doesn't really matter where we put this. So I'm just going to probably plop it down right here, actually. So we need, actually, it needs to go down one more. All right, so you want this here, this guy right in the middle, and then like so. And that creates, all right. That'll create the crushed. And then we just drop on down. We can come and grab our ender chest. Come on. Sometimes flying is a little bit annoying. Oh my goodness. We're going to automate the power for the most part. Like the ice, I can always just create via, okay. So let's break you down and plop you right here. And if we want to speed this process up a little bit, as you can see now, we're just going to get a backlog of this real quick. Just because I need to make sure we're good on power. So now, if I remember correctly, you can actually make dry ice. And that is blue ice. So if we go like this, is packed ice EMCable? It is not. Okay. But you know what is? Blue ice. And then we can just do that. And now we have pretty much plenty of blue ice. Now, I could automate the process of this using lasers. Like, this thing can actually automate this, but I'm just too lazy to set that process up. How are we looking? Ugh, this poor guy. Is this not working the way it should? Why aren't they linking? Hold on. Let's make... Let's double check and see if I'm doing something wrong. Alright, so... Oh yeah, they just weren't not linked at all. Okay. I guess that's cool, right? We'll just drop that guy in there. Okay, so like I was saying, I could automate this and I might eventually automate it. But right now, I'm just not really worried about it. Blue ice would actually be a lot better. But as you can see, if we put that in there, it's like negative 200. Um, yeah, we're ever so slightly losing power. All right. So I will work on getting this thing going and I'll bring you guys back in a little while. All right, we're starting to get a like positive amount of uranite. It's still a little bit on the slow side, but it is what it is. As you can see though, this thing minuses it by 8 degrees. Oh, this is still, what's it called? The blue ice. This will eventually knock it down, but yeah. So now pretty much all I need to do to automate this, if I really want, is to breed up redstone chickens and maybe another set of coal chickens, and I could always just link them right to that reactor. And now this bad boy should always stay powered. But it feels great. I want to learn more about this mod because I genuinely have no clue how to use the crafters, if I'm being honest with you guys. I don't know how it works. So we need another couple of those. I believe it was these. Like, I don't know if I just plop that there. Like, it shows up. But then I believe I do pattern. And I want, well, I want the refined storage pattern. So I probably should have started with refined storage. All right, so let's do that. At refined. And then we want the pattern. which is this guy. And I believe requester, hold on. Let's see if I can figure this out. All right, so like I said, I'm not the most okay, so I think I need a pattern grid. So let's see if I can craft another one of these up. Let's drop 2 of those in. Oop. Grab one of you and a pattern grid. And I think, okay. And then I can just do at pattern. Oh, not pattern. Okay. And then I believe I just plop that in, go like that. And then in here, I want to hope. And then if I go pattern. Ooh. Ooh. I like ye. Now, does this use more power? It does. But that now autocrafts. I feel like. So let's go back to the pattern. Let's grab a few of those, okay? And then what I want to do is, I guess we should set up a few things, like something like this should be auto craftable. And then these should be auto craftable. And then this should be auto craftable. So now if I need something like a grid, I should just be able, no? Oh no, I think that's what the requester does. See, I really don't know what a lot of these do. So I'm going to be trying to figure most of this out myself, I think. Okay, so is the requester what I need? So I need, let's just drop a whole stack in there. So I need one of these. That's cool. And then let's make, okay. And then I need, these? See, I'm not too sure. Like, am I doing this right? I don't really know what this does, if I'm being 100% honest. So let's say I want the crafter. No? There should be a way to automate this, isn't there? Okay, so we're gonna throw this guy back up. And we just got another set of these. Piston, tier 5 cobble gen. Don't care about either. Okay, so let's go back to pattern. Let's request, I don't know, let's just do a stack. Cancel. Okay, so let's do 10. Okay, so we're able to craft those. And then what I think I should do is quartz enriched iron. Okay, so we want to do this. I'm going to assume that would go in here. Now, let's say I want to go back to pattern and craft 64 of those. Okay. So the request, I don't genuinely get this. I don't get this. Okay, so all this stuff is being automated. Let's go back to pattern. Patterns. Let's just grab a handful of you. What are things that I'm constantly crafting? I don't know. I don't really know. I'm sure as I do things, I'll figure it out. All right. Anyway, guys, um, I'm going to spend a lot of time researching this because I genuinely don't understand what I'm doing. So if it seems like I'm doing something stupid, I probably am. So I'm going to spend a lot of time going through how to use crafters and automate a lot of stuff because I know that there's ways to set up the crafters to where they automate this whole process. Like they will actually tell this machine to to like send stuff into here. So like I know there's ways to do it. I just don't know how. And like I said, I'm also gonna get a lot of these 64K drives. Okay, so after a little bit of messing around, I figured out how to connect these so far. So if I go into silicone, because it's the only one I actually have a recipe for, and I want to make 10 of them, I can hit start, available 10 to craft 10, and this will actually smelt the silicon and put it right back into the system. Now, I'm probably going to make this one a little bit better because this thing is actually very slow. And if we go into mechanism and we go to the smeltery, all right, we can actually use this and upgrade it, but it requires quite a bit of junk. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to at least, I mean, how annoying would this be to make? I can make a few of those actually. I might actually be able to do this. Hold on. Let's go to upgrades. Let's uninstall. And let's break this guy. So let us drop him in there. Meltery, let's go straight into this guy. Drop him. And can I make... never mind. I'm not even gonna mess with that. I can't stand using the enrichment chamber. Okay, grab our little power system. Now, how fast is this with these upgrades? Silicone, let's say 64. Start. And it's really not much faster. Yeah, it's really not much faster. I might work on getting a fluid transporter. I don't actually care about that. A train schedule? I don't even know what that is. I'm assuming this is create. Yeah. Schedule allows trains to be controlled by other drivers. Oh, that's cool, I guess. Can't wait to never use it. Let's go put this thing back where it was. Because I was going to connect it up to an auto crafter, but then I realized I am only doing this because I want a smelter. So I don't need an auto craft system. So, and then if I want to set up the power energizer to it, I'm gonna have to move this whole system over there. Look at this, 29 degrees Celsius. Look how much this does, negative 32 degrees. And this thing is stacking up power like crazy. So I don't know if I really want to move that right now. And this thing is slow though. So I might work on making the better tier. What's the best one? Energized smelter? The ultimate. Um, this looks like it's gonna be expensive. But I might make this up. I don't know yet. It's it's an iffy. It's an iffy one. If I do, I'll show you guys. If not, oh, and this thing automatically like reads what it's going into, which is pretty great. Um, and yeah, I can pretty much craft anything now. And if anything I pick, I don't have what I need for it. Well, except for anything that needs the create, because I still don't know how to connect it to create. Um, but yeah, so it will actually like request the items for me. So like, I don't know how many of these I can make. So we'll just go up to there, go up to here. So I need more basic processors to keep going, but I need to figure out how to connect it to create, which I believe I can do. I just have to like pretty much this system, but I got to bring that whole create system over here. So eventually I need to make like an actual operating room, I guess you would say. Damn, this thing is still going, but I just don't know how to do it. But I'm gonna try and figure it out. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Okay, so I kind of realized, I didn't mean to do that. It wasn't actually complicated to get to the ultimate one. Um, it was actually a very simple process. Now, I don't know how fast this thing is. I'm hoping it's a lot faster. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the silicon test, especially because I could always use silicon, right? Start craft. Maybe it doesn't speed up and it just like, maybe I should make a bunch of these. Ooh, I'm gonna need a lot of those. How do I do this? Redstone, blocks, and iron. Let's come over here and we'll do that. And there's only 8 minutes of time in there, so we'll just, I'll see how many I can make. Oh yeah, this goes much faster. So the cap is actually like 5 of them, or no, 7 of them. So you can put 7 in here, and that goes pretty quick. And if I remember correctly, you can like mass produce it. So let's say I want to go back to silicon, and I just want like that. I can hit start, and it'll like eventually fill up all of these. So, but I don't actually need that many, so let's cancel. I don't want to just sit here crafting 1,000 silicon. That'll take generations. What I do want to do is figure out how to put stuff here. I think the requester can do that. If I remember correctly, requester keeps the filtered items in stock with the desired amount. Hmm. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Hmm. What if I don't know. I wish there was other ways to make these. Like the fact that I have to use create is kind of annoying. Like don't get me wrong, this system is beautiful. Like I love how quick it is. I just wish there was an easier way. So, I think my next project is even though I just did all of this, I'm going to try and make like an actual room where I can have my chickens, my machinery, that create thing all in one, and maybe I can learn how to set everything up. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from someone called System Collapse, who I saw do pretty much something similar. So I am not even going to try and hide the fact that I am completely ripping off his idea of having all this stuff in one room. If you guys are interested in seeing him, I will try to link it in the description if I remember. I'm going to try to remember because honestly, this is a pretty big deal in my opinion. Like we're literally stealing his beautiful idea. So I'm gonna make a room. I'm thinking we'll go up like maybe 5 or so blocks. What's that? One, two, three, four, and then five. And then I'll just make a giant room that'll contain everything, I guess. All right, I'll see you guys when I have a giant room dug out. All right, so I got my room dug out. Now I'm actually trying to figure out how I want to decorate said room. And I kind of want to use the chisel mod to make the floors. So if I go in here, spruce, let's just, I don't know why I just did that. Let's just take it all out. And we want connected textures. Let's go with this one. I like the way this one looks. All right, so now what I can do is break this out and we can just, oh yes, I do like that. Okay, I'm gonna replace the whole floor like this. Nothing's worse than finishing the room and then realizing you want it higher. So that's what I'm currently in the middle of doing now. I don't want it much higher. I'm thinking like 1 block higher. But it was still enough to like kind of annoy me. Because, I've already kind of placed all of these. Now I got to place them again. So there's that. And you can't vein mine stone, which really sucks. But I kind of like these end stone bricks. I don't know if it goes well with the actual floor that I chose, but I do like them. So this is what I'm going to be doing, tearing it all. Actually, you know what? I'm about to just, at least I can vein my nose. So now I got to tear all this down, dig it one back, and I'll bring you guys when I'm finally done suffering. Okay, so I have the storage setup moved over. I haven't yet put any of the other junk in here yet. Yeah, these aren't linked at all, so that kind of sucks. Um, okay, that's full. So what I'm gonna do is probably put the chickens. Oh wait, actually, this did need to go. This whole floor is gonna be gone. So what I'm gonna probably do is put the chickens back here, and along with I'm thinking wood, just because one, it'd be nice to have some wood set up. So what I'm gonna probably do is make, what wood do we have? Logs. Okay, so what I might do is make one for all the vanilla logs. That's one, two, three, four, five, six. and maybe the 4 archwoods. I'm not too sure. So, but I definitely do want to have the chickens back here. They're going to be pretty important to the resource collection. So having chickens is pretty much a must-have. And what sucks is while I'm doing this, I actually don't have like half the resources in here. If you notice, all of the resources that were already in here are now gone. But it's okay. I'm not going to be too fussed about it. So what I need to do now is I can actually add more chickens if I need to. So that's probably what I'm also going to do. I'm probably going to also add more. So let me get the chickens and everything moved over, and we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, now I have all the vanilla logs and the arch type logs in the system. All I have to do now is just plop these there, and we just need to grab our linker. We're gonna clear you. Oop, nope. Select multiple. All right, so we're going to set it to this one, and then we're gonna select all of these. Oop, no. There we go. We're gonna select all of these. And now, as you'll see, all these will start to go up, and we now have functional storage again. It is a process, I'm not gonna lie. Next, we're gonna want to come under here, and I have to break this whole system down. This part I'm not too thrilled about, but it is what it is. Alright, so we'll start with the actual main drive, because that's probably the most important part. Oh. Can't forget our wireless. Okay, so I'm gonna have it right here with the crafter and then the disk drive along with our wireless right here. Drop this in there, grab this, put it here. That powers that up. Now, to link these up again, we're gonna do this real quick. We want external storage right here. Set priority to 10 just though it's not 0. And link it all the way back up. And now, all of our beautiful storage is back. Step 1 done. Okay, now we'll grab you, we'll grab you, we'll grab you, and you. Oh, let's actually, real quick, we don't need this stuff yet. Okay, now to kind of make this a little bit organized, I'm going to do something like this. And then we'll put the one crafter here. And the other crafter we'll grab. I still don't know if I actually need that block or not, but, you know. We're gonna keep it regardless. Alright, there we go. Hard part, mostly done. Storage, back in. Crafting recipes. back in. And that should be the majority of that. Now we can do this one. This one's a little bit on the easier side because all I have to do here is just place, actually, now that we have this, we could probably place him right up here. So we could probably place this thing like this. Let's real quick just put a little bit of a light down here. And then we could probably get away with doing something like this. Put a light there. We'll put our crafter like so. So that way it's facing into it. Importer goes... Ooh, actually, let's see if we can do it like this. I don't know if this will actually work, but the importer goes in there with cable running here, and then we can do this and run cable like so. Let's dig a little bit more of a hole out. I don't know how well this will work. This is literally all going into my head. Let's grab more cable. And let's see if this works. That should actually be pretty good right there. I just don't know if the crafter has to be on top or not. I believe as long as this see, it still recognizes it. So what we can do to test it is our good old silicon test, because we can always shift, alt click, no. Okay, hold on a minute. Ew, I didn't think I picked up the silicon. Pattern? Okay, so I never put the silicon pattern in there. Okay, not a big deal. So click, drop him in there. Come over to silicon now. Shift click. Let's do 64, start. Oh, output is the back of it now. There we go. So I don't need these extra cables. Okay, and it looks like it's working just fine. That's great. Okay, so that is officially working. Now, granted, I don't know what else I might need to do. Now, the next thing I want to do is pattern grid. Let's grab patterns. What I want is cables. I want this to always be there. Okay. I want this to be able to autocraft. So that's kind of my main plan. All right, so I'm gonna continue decorating up and I'll be right back. All right, again, I would like to thank System Collapse for this idea. I saw it in his video when I was looking up how to work with Create. So this design we already knew about, but I never would have thought about putting it this close. He also did show how to connect the autocraft system. I'm not gonna lie, it confused the living hell out of me. I'm still gonna try it, but um, it is a little bit of a process. So we need the binding, silicone, and then redstone, and so this is just so these things stop constantly moving. And then one thing that we can actually do is make it into a drawer that then links to this. So that's what I think I might just do. So spruce, as you can see, we got plenty of spruce wood now. And we can do something like this, right? Or is it, hold on. It wouldn't be like this, would it? Hold on, drawer. Let's go into here real quick. Oh, okay. So we could do something like this technically. These are feeding into here. So we could just pop you off, place the drawer here. And then what I can do is grab, it's iron, gold, and diamonds. So let's do 1 diamond, 1 iron, 1 gold. And then we can get the config, lock this, just so that way it never not does that. And then we can do configuration. No, what is it called? Linking. Linking. Okay. And then we can add you. Oh, shit. Okay. So now, all those processors, so if I just, let's say, take 64 of them and just make 64 of them. What are these called again? I don't know what they're called. Processors. Okay, so now you can see that these things are actually coming into here. So to now get those to craft, what we can do is processing, processor. So we can take this guy here, and this makes that. Boom. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Hold on. It should only make the one. Okay. So now click these out. That one should only make one of those. Boom, boom. And then that one should only make one of these. Boom. And then we can bring this over to here. And we can grab this back. Clear that out. throw these into here. So now if we ever want to craft them, we can just smelt them that way. So, um, let's see. So let's say processors, we want to smelt up those. We just start. We only have 62, so it's fine. Process -2, start. And now my buddy over here will start smelting them and moving them over. As you can see, we are getting more. Okay. So, I mean, I think I'm doing pretty well here, guys. That was only after about watching like 5 minutes of his video. Now, I do want to get glowstone added to this wall just because I believe glowstone actually is one of the main component. This is refined. Though, if I remember correctly, yeah, glowstone is in fact one of them. So we definitely want to get glowstone in here. Glowstone, because I don't actually have a way to automate this yet. Granted, I can use chickens. I believe I have a glowstone chicken. What does glowstone chicken look like? Glowstone chicken. Oh yeah, I have them right here. So I could, in theory, go like this. Come in here, grab some glowstone. We can chuck that in there. And just go back there and add the glowstone chicken. I'm gonna continue watching his video though to figure out how to send. Uh, I guess we can just take these back. Yeah, I'm gonna watch his video to figure out exactly how we can send stuff from here to here. Because let's be honest, that'd be pretty cool. The gold part, I feel like that would actually be pretty simple. I mean the sending like the iron, diamond, and gold. I could probably just use another one of these to put right there and just link it to the system. And then the chickens will naturally just fill it up. Actually, hold on. Did I just have an idea? Did I really just make a good idea? Chess. Am I low-key a genius? Okay. Okay. Configuration. We're gonna lock you because we don't want it adding random stuff. So we want diamond, gold, and iron. This is gonna be another long video, I feel like. Gold. Yes. And then link. I want to add you. Now this would okay. See, I don't think I need that many though. And I don't know how often, like, if I were to pull these out. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll figure something out eventually. Maybe, probably not. That looks kind of complicated. Okay, so I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I didn't look up how to automate it, but I did kind of figure out my own little thing. So I got redstone, silicone, and binding here. I can craft well, I can craft the two, and redstone is passively created. I had to remove this drawer because I want it in an ender chest. I just don't know how to, I know how to unlink. I just didn't feel like it. So if I go and grab a stack of iron, I can then put it in here, and it'll start processing. And then, like I said, this one is linked to that, so I don't have to worry about that so much. And then if I want to do, let's say, gold and diamonds, I can just throw them in there as well, and it'll just switch right on over. It's pretty nice. Um, I know there is a way to automate it. I just really don't know how. And I don't really want to keep making things look uglier to figure it out. I'm pretty sure this is what the requester is for, because I'm almost positive it is. But it's fine for now. I'm actually pretty okay with this setup. Now, I am going to get more of these casings just to surround it and hide it. Sadly, there's nothing I can do about those pipes. Unless, yeah, there's nothing I can do about those pipes. So, but I'm okay with that actually, because we can just run this behind, and the pipes could be kind of like a little decoration. We could make it work. So, it is pretty cool. It is going to go until this is all out. I don't know if there's like a priority to it, but if there is, I'm fine with whatever. And look at that. And then these things, for the most part, this will probably never actually run out. Silicone, like I said, I can auto craft, and binding I can auto craft. And I have the mobs to do it, so. Why isn't the chicken... Oh, it might help if I, you know, do that, go like that. We need upgrades. No, right here. And boom. There we go. Now it's producing strain. Now I can auto craft, so like if I want to just say binding, we'll go binding. Let's just start crafting a crap ton of that. Silicone. I still have a decent amount, but we'll just craft up a bunch of that as well. And this guy just goes right into it. It's great. I don't have to worry about anything now, for the most part. I only have to... Oh, and then these also go up. At least they should. 408, 408, 405. I mean 485, 40. It's already going up. Binding, yeah. So for the most part, I don't have to worry about anything. I only have to load this manually, and quite frankly, I'm okay with that. If I really wanted to, I could just take out the diamond, iron, and gold, and then it would just do it automatically. But I don't honestly want that much. The only thing I am going to do actually is just so that way they can hold a decent amount. Um, I don't really need too much of these, because once I get this thing fully set up to 64Ks, I'll probably never actually use this thing again, hopefully. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up today's episode there. Like I said, I haven't even finished crafting those 64Ks, so I'm definitely going to get into that. But I hope you enjoy the actual beginning of this mod pack. We have our storage, we have auto crafting for the most part set up. I might dabble around with a few other auto crafts. I really would love to get the energizing auto crafted, but that confuses me. So I don't know about that one just yet. So if you guys are enjoying this series, do remember to like, subscribe, and become a member. You know, there's no special privilege, so I'm not going to lie to you about it. But, support the channel. Bye!